Shouldn't be a whole lot of suspense, but you can stand up here while I talk about you a little bit. Josh Moore, Michelle Lomas, come on up, stand up. Josh, how many years have you been wrestling? 13 or 14 years. Michelle? Who was your first coach, Josh? His dad? Michelle? Dad, there's a special thing about wrestling. In this room tonight, there's individuals that have that bond with their children, that they've wanted to share the sport of wrestling and watch their children be successful and grow and teach them things that only this sport can teach, in my opinion. These two young people, Josh and Michelle, learned their lessons well, obviously, from their parents. They were a treat for me to get. Like I told a reporter the first year I was here, and he asked me one time about Nick Herman's success. He said, "How do you feel about that?" I said, "I feel like a thief." Because I'm reading this article and I see my name there, and I know who spent the most time. I know who spent the most time in your life and who spent the most time in your life, Michelle. It's a pleasure to polish kids that have been wrestling for 13 and 14 years and to be a part of their lives for just a brief, 3 or 4 years, and help them achieve what they've been wanting to achieve for a long time. Most of you start wrestling and you want to be a state champion. When you become a state champion, you want to be a high school state champion. And once you become a high school state champion, you want to be a national champion. Josh is going to Fort Hays State University and Michelle's going to Campbellsville University to continue to pursue their goals. Tell you a little bit about Josh. I can remember he's changed a little bit. He was a 103-pounder. I don't even know if he was that much the first time I saw him, but no, he brought him over to our room and watched him compete for the first time in the wrestling room, just wrestling around with some of the guys and knew how talented he was. But I can't remember a guy as competitive as Josh Moore. Now, when I say competitive, there's different definitions of competitive. Some people are competitive at what they do. If they've got a little skin in the game, they've been educated in this area, or they've trained in this area, they're competitive in this area. It's my opinion that Josh Moore would be competitive about a game of checkers. He just likes to compete. And believe me, last year, not this year, but last year we had a ping pong table set up in the gym. I did 7th period physical education, and Josh would show up and just a gleam in his eye. And it's the exact same gleam I'd see in his eye when we got to win a tournament. He just likes to compete. The other thing about Josh is he's a true believer in his abilities. My coach, the guy that coached me at the University of Oklahoma, his name was Coach Abel. He had a bunch of sayings, but I'm going to share a couple with you. He called one the gray look, which was fear creeping in on a man, and he called the other the look of the eagle, which was supreme confidence. That was his other phrase, supreme confidence. I've been coaching now for actually physically coaching for about 15 years with 8-year hiatus in there, but I've been watching individuals for a long time. I can tell you pretty well. I'm on pretty good most of the time. Whether they've got a chance to win before they go out or whether they don't have a chance to win. The gray look is when they don't have a chance to win. That look of supreme confidence is when they've got a chance to win. All year long I saw that supreme confidence. Josh believed he was going to be a state champion this year. Josh believed when we were in tough situations that he could win. His win over Murillo I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but in the semifinals, shocked a lot of people in the Delco Center. It didn't shock me. Honest, it did not shock me. I looked at him before he went out there. He was going to win. Now, Michelle Lomas. This young lady showed up at Tascosa 4 years ago, and immediately wanted me to know that women belong in the Marine Corps. You wouldn't say the Marine Corps, but she wanted me to know that, hey, whatever you give the guys, you give me 2 helpers. And for 4 years, what the guys do? Okay, what the guys do this morning? What do you have the guys do? Let me wrestle with him. Let me wrestle with him. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Very competitive also and driven, and one of the hardest working individuals I've ever had the pleasure to coach. Michelle has constantly challenged herself over the last 4 years, going to several national tournaments. Oklahoma City, we've gone over there a few times, and just seems like she is never satisfied with the last accomplishment. Both of these individuals have blessed me as a coach, have encouraged me at times, have made me want to bang my head against the wall at times because of their stubbornness. But I can't tell you how pleased and how happy I am that I was able to coach them, that they were able to win their state championship here for Tascosa. Both of them 3-time All-Staters. So they had been there and they had fallen short, but they kept coming back. And this year, it was a pretty cool feeling to step out with the guys and the girls in the state finals and see both of their hands raised. If you would, please give both these kids a great hand. When you're a state champion at Tascosa, your picture goes up on the wall. These are the pictures. You can come by when we close here in a minute and look at them. It just has their names on the poster, their accomplishments. And I'm going to be extremely proud to hang these up. I'm not sure I'm putting them in the wrestling room because we play too much dodgeball in there. I'm thinking about maybe the weight room. It's kind of the wrestling room. I think the glass might get broken. But come by, have a look. And I think that may be the cue. We're going to do our highlight video now. But real quick, I want to present Michelle and Josh with their Grappler of the Year.